Welcome back guys, hope you're all doing great, and today in this video we are going to learn how to integrate Chakra UI with Next.js application. I'm going to teach you how to install it, how to integrate it and configure it, and how to use all those UI components with our Next.js. And by this video end, you will able to create this nice login screen along with this toggle color mode. Look at that. We can toggle light mode and dark mode just by a simple click, and with a few lines of code we successfully integrate it. I'm going to teach you all these things from the scratch. I hope you guys are excited and watch this video without skipping till end and learn how to use the Chakra UI in your Next.js project. And now without wasting your time, let's get started. Okay then, so now let's get started. Now we need to create the Next.js app project. So open up your browser and search for Next.js. So there you can find their official website, the first one. So just click it and that will takes you to their official website, and here just click their documentation and they provide you a nice documentation which really helps you to create and configure the necessary things for the Next.js application. So let's copy this command over here, copy it and open up your command prompt, navigate to your desired folder location and then just paste that command, copy it and paste it. And now we need to give a project folder name, so I'm just going to give Chakra UI. That's fine, Chakra UI. So press enter. So this will start installing the necessary packages and all those things, and look at that, it's installing the React DOM and Next. It's running on the React framework only. So it's really easy and it's easy to understand how to use them. It's everything entirely, it's just like the React. So no worries, I will teach you how to configure the Chakra UI and how to work with the Next.js. So this might take a while to install your project. In the meanwhile, let's go ahead and open the Chakra UI. Search for Chakra UI and the first official website, just click it and click the get started. So here you can see that it's having the nice what are the applications it can support. You can see React app, Next.js, Gatsby and few more. It can support lots of framework, and you can see here at the below they given the installation process, how to install it and how to configure it, all those necessary steps. So just take your time and go through this what is that, the documentation, which is really useful. If you're learning a new technologies, just go through their documentation, which is really useful, and you can learn much more information from that. In this video I'm going to teach you configure and how to create a nice login screen by using this Chakra UI. Okay, and in the left side you can see it's having the all the layout necessary things what we need to use in our application development. So like for instance, a box, it means a division. Just like creating a div tag, you need to use the box. For black flex box and for grid, we having all the separate components, so you can just import them and use their properties to write it and design it. You can use it, so we can make nice these kinds of nice buttons over here. So let's see how to create all these things. And our project is still creating. Let's wait up. I hope it will be done right now. So let's open the Flexbox over here. Let's see what it's having. So this is how you need to use. Just import it and then you just need to use it as it is, Flex, and you need to write the and you need to pass the all the CSS utilities as their properties for their particular component. As I said, the box is nothing but box is the division. Instead of writing a division tag, they are using their box over there. Okay then, so it's taking more than a while I'm expecting, so let's wait until it gets done and then I'll join you back in a while. Okay then, so now we successfully created the Next.js project, and look at that, it's providing a few commands over here. Run dev, that it helps you to run the development server, and run build, which helps you to build your application. And you can run the npm start, but that's running in the production mode. Okay, so let's open up our project in the Visual Studio Code. So let me navigate to my project folder, cd chakra, clear the screen, and I'll open it in the Visual Studio Code. So you guys feel free to use whatever the code editor you're using. Feel free, you can use it, but I prefer to use Visual Studio Code because I love it. Okay, so over here, let's see, we having lots of files over here, node modules and the pages, and I hope so the pages, these files are the really important folder structure folders over here. And install inside that particular folder, we having the APIs also. It comes with the APIs on all those things. Okay, so but for this video we are not going to touch the APIs and all those things. Okay, so and the underscore app.js, this is our top level component where our component everything is getting registered. And the index.js, this is where our home component is rendering. So let's fire this application and let's see what we got. So open the terminal and clear the screen and run npm run dev, that run our development server. Instead of running npm start, this will start our development server, and it's get started, and it's started in the localhost 3000. Open it. Look at that. This is our Next.js app so far what we have in our application. Cool. So our application is up and running now. So let me stop the terminal. Stop it. Clear the screen. CLS. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to install few packages because we need to configure our Chakra UI with this. So let's get started configuring. Click get started over here, and if you go here you can see that Next.js application. Click the Next.js over there, and then here you can find out the installation process, what you need to do. So we are going to copy this command, copy this npm I and all these things, copy it and go to your terminal and just paste it over there. So let's see what are the packages we're having. So first thing, Chakra UI React, which is really important. This is where we are downloading all the Chakra UI components for the React. And this is really important because these things, it doesn't support the UI, external UI component. So we need to install the emotion React and the emotion styled. Okay, so we are going to add the framer motions. All these things will support your Chakra UI. So you need to install all these necessary packages. Okay, so hit the enter. So that will start installing all these packages. Oops, I forgot to install one more package. That's nothing but React icons. Okay, so go to the browser and search for React icons. Okay, so if you click the React icons, because we need the icons, that's why. Okay, so here let me copy this command, npm install react icons. Okay, so copy it. We don't need the hyphen save, that's not necessary. And here hit the command and install that package too. So this will install all the packages. So let me clear the screen for the time being, and then I'll minimize it over here. Okay, so now let's clean up the project. I don't need these styles anymore because I'm going to use the UI component. So let me delete that folder, delete it. Yes, move it. And then what we need to do is, if you open up your top level component, you can see it's using the global.cs, delete it. And then what we need to do is, here I need to import that Chakra provider. So import from add Chakra UI React. So this will provide the Chakra provider. So we need to wrap our entire component inside the Chakra, oops, Chakra provider. Where is that Chakra provider? And inside here we need to wrap our entire components. So this will make sure that you can use your Chakra UI components and all those things, their themes, styles, buttons, everything. That means, in short, we are initializing our Chakra UI for our application so that we are wrapping our entire app components inside the Chakra provided. Cool. Close it. Now we are not going to worry about that and an app. Then we need to move to the index.js. So I don't literally need anything. Select Control A and delete it. Okay, delete everything because we are going to write everything from the scratch. So I'm going to create a home component. So const home, you can say it's an arrow 6 function. Okay, inside this function it's going to, for the time being, it's going to return a component like h1. It's just going to return a component h1, and let's say hello world, just like as it is what we used to type a very first program for every programming language. Okay, so hello world. Then I need to export this app as the default app. Export default home. Cool. Save the changes. Now let's fire it up. Let's say cls and npm run dev. That means development server. Look at that, it gets started. Let's go back and go to our next app, refresh it. Look at that. Now we got our hello world. It's working fine. Cool. So now what we need to do is, so let me bring it to the side-by-side screen. I'll keep it here and this one there so that we can see the output instantly. Close it, and let me make it big screen so that you can see it clearly. Okay, so now what we need to do is I'm going to wrap this home component. This I'm going to, instead of displaying hello world, I'm going to create a flex component. So I'm going to use the flex. So flex. Okay, so flex is the component which is really helpful for using the flex box so that you can see that thing from your. So I'll copy this and I open the Edge browser so that I can keep two different browsers in these. Okay, so I'll keep the documentation over here where it is. Now what we need to do, let me zoom a little bit. Here, if you go to the home screen and click the get started, if you go to the layout in the left side menu, you can see the flex. So flex is the box with the display flex, nothing but flex is the division. By default, it contains the display as flex. Okay, that's what we are going to use now. So we created that flex box. Where is our, okay, yeah, here. So we created the flex box, and for this flex box, what we are going to give, we are going to give the height. I'm going to give the height as 100 VH. That means 100 viewport points. Okay, and align items, everything in the center. Look at that, how easy it is. And then justify content in the center. Cool. Okay, then what we need to do, inside everything, inside this flex box, now it's taking the 100% our screen height and it's aligning everything in the exact center position. Now if I'm typing something, for instance, let's say I'll give a heading now. Heading, where is the heading? Yeah, here. Heading is nothing but h1 tag, kind of it's like h1 tag, all those things. So here I'm going to use hello world again. Let's print it out. Look at that. See, we got our text in the center position. Cool. So now instead of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring one more flex box, not this one, flex box, where it is, flex box, close it. Okay, and this flex box is going to be it's going to use the direction as column. Cool. Then the background color, I'm going to use the background. Okay, the background color is going to be, by default, the Chakra UI has its own color scheme. So if you search for color schemes, no, colors, search for colors, and look at that, it's having gray. These are the color, you can directly use their name, gray 50, gray 10. If you scroll down, it's having lots of color palettes over here, so you can just use them for your project. Let's go back here. So I'm going to use the background color for the time being as gray dot 100. Save the changes. Okay, nothing, you can't see anything for the time being. Okay, Then I'm going to use the padding as, let's say, padding as 12 in both x and y axis, and the box is going to be rounded 6, that means 6. Okay, then position, you need to give the positions as, I'm going to give the position as a relative. Okay, now inside this, if I save this, now you can see that this nice box over here. Cool, isn't it? Okay, then what we need to do is, inside this box we are going to have an heading, and heading, after that heading we are going to have some input fields and all those things. So this is going to be the heading. Where is the heading? Open the heading, and inside this heading it's going to use the margin bottom as 6. Then I'm just going to display the message like login. Cool, it's displayed the message as login. Done. I think I zoomed in too much. Yeah, 200%. That's why. Okay, so 150. That's fine. Then what I need to do is, after this, I'm going to use the input component. Okay, input, whatever the component I'm using here, all these components are coming from the Chakra UI. I'm not using any customized CSS, anything. I'm just using their own component which is provided by themselves. So this input is a self-closing component, so you can close it selfly and press enter over here, and we need to pass a quite few properties over here. First one, we are going to pass the placeholder. Placeholder, it's going to be, first you need to type your email over here. Okay, so now look at that, you're having that email, nice UI over here for the input tag. Okay, for this input tag, if I go here and if I search for inputs, if I search for input, okay, so this, it's having a quite a few properties like outline, filled, flushed, or unstyled, like this. You're having lots of variants over here. So let's pass that variance to our Chakra UI. Okay, where it is. After here, I'm going to pass the variant. I'm going to use the variant as for the time being filled. Okay, look at that. This is the filled one. Okay, if I am using outline, see, once I save the changes, you can see the lines over here. See, it's having a nice outline over there. That's the outline. Okay, and if I'm using flushed, that it's just, this is the flushed one. See, this is the flushed. If I'm using what is that next one, unstyled, that means there is no style and it's simply a plain text box over there. But in our case, we are going to use the filled ones. Filled. Cool, it's having this nice filled effects over there. Okay, so you can see that now. And I think this color is too light, that's why you can't see anything. Where is that color? Instead of this, let me give 900. Now see, it's having this too dark. Oops, my bad. 400. Look at that, this is the filled one. Okay, I hope now you can see those changes over there. So let me come back to the 100 itself. Cool, now our input is done. Then what I need to do is, I'm going to, after this, I need a space after this input. So margin bottom equals, open it, 3, save, and absolutely we need to fix the type of it. What particular type it is? Type is equals email. You need to mention the type, otherwise it will not work, and that's not a property, it's an, cool, like this. You need to mention everything. Then what we need to do, I'm just going to import one more input tag, input, and the self-closing tag. Inside this, I'm going to pass the placeholder is equals star 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 star, because this is a password field. And after this variant, the same variant we are going to use as the filled, and the type I'm going to use as password, because no one is supposed to see the password what you're typing over there. Then after this, I need the space, margin bottom is equals 6. Save the changes. Now you can see that we having the email field and we having the password field. Even if you're typing, it doesn't show anything. Cool. Then what we need to do is I need to bring a button. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the button, not this, like this, button. Yep, button, and open and close the button. Okay, and inside here I'm just going to give a print a message like login. For the time being, the button is not looking great, okay, because we not yet passed any color arguments to it. So what we need to do, open your Chakra UI and search for button. Okay, so this will provide you lots of functionalities over here. Say for instance, the color scheme. So that helps you to define the color scheme, what kind of color scheme you're going to use, and what is the variant of the button you are going to use. With this, see, solid, outline, ghost variant, link, like this, what variant you are going to use. And even you can use the icons also. You can directly pass the icon name to your a button as a property itself, in case if you wish to have a button inside that particular button. Okay, see how awesome it is. In if you wish to do all these things in a plain old CSS and all those things, you need to write a bunch of CSS lines. But if you're using this, that's really cool. And see, it's also having the loading variant on all those things. How simple it is. Wow, this is awesome, right? So now let's move on over here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pass the color scheme. Okay, I'm going to use the color scheme as teal. Okay, look at that. That's looking sick. Cool. Okay, now what we have to do is, let's say we can also toggle the color mode. Currently it's in a light mode. If I wish to change it to dark mode, I can just in a few lines of code, I can implement that functionality also. Okay, so let's implement that one. Okay, so for that, what we need to do is we need to use the icons. So let's import few icons first. After this particular statement, import, open it from React icons slash IO5. What are the icons we are going to use? IO sunny and IO moon. These are the two icons we are going to use. And let me load it over here at the top. Okay, so I'm going to keep that thing as a box. Okay, box, that means a division, and this division, it's going to be the position as the absolute. Oops, it should be inside the double quotes, absolute, and it should be in the top, from the top 2 and from the right 2. Okay, and then cursor, it's going to be pointer. Look at that. Then what we need to do is we need to create two important hooks, custom hooks, which is provided by your Chakra UI itself. So right after here, so first what I need to do is const. Okay, here I need to use the use color mode. We need to use this use color mode, which is provided by your Chakra itself. And here that will returns, and I'm going to destructure it, and I'm going to use only a very particular thing, that's the toggle color mode. Toggle color mode. So let me show you over there. So for here, for instance, for the time being, I'm just loading only one icon. What is that icon I'm going to load? I'm just going to load IO sunny. And for this, I'm going to add the on click event, not this one. On click equals, open it, toggle color mode. Okay, now you can see that icon over there. If I click it, look at that, it's toggling the color mode. Okay, but icon is not changing, and this color is also not looking much great because we are using the static color. we need to change the color dynamically whenever the mode is toggling. To do that, what you need to do is we need to create a background color. So I'm going to create one more variable, const form background. Okay, this is a custom variable I'm creating, equals use color mode value. You need to use the use color mode value hook to change. You need to pass that values over here. So initial value, it's going to be gray dot 100, which we are already using it. If the mode is changed, instead of that, it's need to use gray colon dot 700. This is what it's need to be used, and I need to use this variable exactly over here instead of that static color. Now if I change the mode, look at that, it will change automatically. These variables values will get updated whenever the toggle mode is colored, its mode is changing. Instead of this color, this value will be applied. Instead of this color, this value will be applied on according to your toggle color mode. How awesome it is! If you wish to implement these things in the normal CSS or anything, this will take a time. Okay, cool. So now let's change these icons. See, the icon is not changing. We need to, if it is in a dark mode, we need to display this icon. If it is in a light mode, we need to display this particular icon. We need to display the moon icon, right? Because we need to change the dark mode. Okay, to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a state to monitor that. So what I'm going to do here, use state snippet. This will help you to create a state easily. So I'm going to name it as toggle set toggle, and press tab key without clicking anywhere. That will move to the bracket over there, and here I'm going to type false. Initially it's going to be false. Okay, it's showing use state is not defined because we not yet define it, so define it properly. So now it's defined from the React. Save the changes. Cool. Now what I need to do is, instead of hard coding this icon over here, I'm going to check it first. Dynamically we are going to render it. So if toggle, that state what we created is true, if the toggle is true, then you need to return the moon icon. Okay, else you need to return IO sunny. Save the changes. Okay, so currently it's not in the dark mode, so it's showing this. Oops, actually it's need to be opposite. This needs to be here, and this guy it's need to be, it's here. Currently dark mode is not enabled, so this, it should be over there. So now if I click this, nothing is happening. Why? Because we didn't change the state. Okay, so now let's see, we'll change the state according to that. So instead of using this, I'm going to return a callback function and open that function. First I'm going to call this toggle mode, and then I'm going to set that set toggle as not toggle, exactly opposite to that toggle. If it is false, it will become true. If it is true, it will become false. Let's verify it. Click it. Now the icon is changing. Click it. Actually it's working opposite, so my bad, we need to change it again. So change it again, sorry guys. IO moon, save it now, save the changes. Now it's working good. If I click it, it will change to sunny mode. If it will shows this sun icon, so if I click that sun icon, we are in a light mode, and now the moon icon is working fine. If I click this, look at that, we successfully implemented the light mode and the dark mode. So that's it for this video guys. If you love this video, just thumbs up and hit the like button and subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. And if you're having any doubts, leave the doubts in the description box. I will happy to help you guys. So I'll see you in the next video with more interesting concept and more interesting text. Bye bye, take care.